Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello MJ traders, checking in. The bears still have complete control of the short-term direction. Not sure why my volume's down here. Either way, we are in free fall heading to earnings, which means time to look for a bounce. The 4-hour RSI on CGC is down at historical bounce levels. We're currently down at 20. We can see we definitely can dip lower, but the bounces that have taken place have been 18 twice. We bounced off of 19 back there. Back here, we bounced off of 18. So 18 or 19 is the historical bounce zone, and today we were down at 20. So I did make an entry today off of the low of the day, and I was watching the 2-minute time frame, and I entered right here at 1890 to begin scaling in. And my game plan was I am going to make an entry here. I will make one more entry in the low $18 range, banking on the historical 4-hour RSI, which has made me good gains in its history in the last 2 years. I've used this multiple times. I then saw the bounce take place with a 5-minute trend change and a lack of any follow through, and I said, forget that, give me my 0.5%. I will start tomorrow with a fresh clean slate. It looks like an hourly bear flag to me, and I will be watching tomorrow for another re-entry. I like this setup with the dump heading into earnings, because I'm going to look for shorts to take profit before earnings and not gamble on their gains that they have, significant gains in the last few days. And I'm going to look for bulls to view it as, hey, we're getting a discount. All the bad news is priced in. Maybe we can have a bullish reaction to earnings. That's what's going to lead to a 4-hour oversold bounce, in my opinion. And that's what I'm watching for either tomorrow or Wednesday. So my game plan will be to scale in 2 positions total. But as long as this 4-hour RSI is at 20 or down into the teens, I am interested in the bounce play. So again, just back to all cash right now, but certainly on my shopping list for tomorrow, especially if we start tomorrow morning with a break of 1886 first thing. From there, we would be looking to 1848, the lowest price we've seen in a couple months. APHA, still weak. We did drop down to a lower low only by 2 pennies, but we closed near the low of the day. After 407 is 4 psychological, and then 376. It has been nothing but bear momentum since $6, with only the slightest bounce for a bear flag before another leg down. ACB has not bottomed. 150 is the only short-term support. That level must hold. If it breaks, we're back to a falling knife free fall. ACB bears continue to keep complete control. Hourly downtrends are our guides. Cron, lower low. So every bounce is just a daily lower high. Support is down at 663 and then 638. So I'm going to be watching for the potential that ACB may have to find a bottom if the sector is going to bounce. I'm going to be watching to see who's going to lead this bounce. Is it going to be ACB finding a bottom? Will it be CGC finding a bottom? We know CGC normally is a leader of the sector, but there are times where individual fundamental reasons lead for one name to dump stronger, and that name has to find its bottom. And it's potentially the case with ACB, just something I'm keeping an eye on. TLRY continues its downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. Only support 1526, 1501. OGI. Sideways inside bar, no change here. If it breaks bullish, anything under 266 is a daily lower high. That's 15% away almost. If it breaks bearish, 189 is the must-hold level. Hexo, dropped to a lower low, but no bear follow-through. The bulls at this point are hoping this is a bit of a falling wedge and expecting a tight range to break soon. Not an ideal resistance line, but the support line looks pretty good. Anything under 140 is just a lower high on the daily. VFF is dumping. Increased bear volume, close at the low of the day 3 days in a row. It's in free fall. There's no support here. As soon as you break 516, you open the floodgates for the bears, and we're now down 10% from that level very quickly. So we have to zoom out to find our next support, and at this point, you look at this monthly time frame, it's depressing for longs. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. The amount of pullback from that all-time high is massive. We need a 400% move for all-time highs. So now we are looking at 482, that broke. 436 is the next support level. LABS, bears in complete control. Anything under 308 is a daily lower high. Support is 251. And another name that is on the verge of re-entering free fall. Very bearish month for labs and VFF. VLNS, temporary topping out. A little bit of a volume climax. Bulls are going to try and hold 335. If we can't, then 315 is the next level. But at least the bulls holding on better than a lot of names in the sector just because we have some previous support nearby and we're not in free fall. So that's it for Canadian MJ. Oversold bounce watch before earnings on Friday for CGC. Faster we flush down, the better for those of us waiting with cash because the bounces are usually better when that is the case. Have to see the sector. This is one of those instances where everybody's weak. We have to see the sector bounce as a whole. Everybody has to bounce for us to say, yep, this is our 4-hour oversold bounce taking place. IIPR, still watching daily higher low support of 88.92, but still cautious of the head and shoulders even if that support level holds initially. If it breaks the uptrend on the daily, we zoom out and look for a weekly higher low compared to 76.56. Curaleaf. So this is the positioning, and I talked about this in a member video over the weekend. There are some USMJ names who are looking for a daily higher low, and if the Canadian MJ oversold bounce can get going tomorrow, the positioning is good for these daily supports to hold. Curaleaf is one of them, with our low, high, higher low, lower high, trying for a higher low compared to 811. Green Day tomorrow would give us that higher low, and then we would look for a lower high compared to 959. And TRUL is the other one. So again, the 2-day time frame to condense this down. Low, high, higher low, lower high. 1292 is a must hold. And bulls need follow through for us to say a higher low compared to 1292 has formed. We would then look for a lower high compared to 1494. Pretty similar setup to what Curaleaf is looking to do. CL, bears in complete control, dropping to lower lows. Only support level we have is 590, the low. IAN, 1 by 1, taking out short-term supports. All we have is 163 and then 149. Giving back this move, we never changed the weekly trend convincingly. We had a setup for a potential inverse head and shoulders. No sign of that right shoulder forming at this point. GTII, trying to see a short-term bounce, just looking for a daily lower high on any bounce. More of a sideways channel. Support in the low $10 range, resistance in the upper $13 range, and that's where we've been ping-ponging back and forth the last couple months. And Harv, weak close, no nearby support, bears in control, weekly time frame, fading back towards the 267 low. So sector-wide, not a whole lot to go off of. And it's going to have to be earnings short term that gives the bulls some kind of catalyst, because if there is no catalyst from earnings, again, we're still looking out to the election, which maybe the election will start getting priced in end of summer. It's a long way away. And patiently waiting. There will be opportunity in this sector again. Maybe it's in a year. Maybe it's in 6 years. There will be opportunity. Patiently waiting for that catalyst, for those momentum shifts, for the bull volume to continually put pressure on bears. It'll happen. It's just a question of when. It would be really nice if one of our front runners from the Democrats, either Bernie or Pete, if they start to put any kind of pressure on Trump, even if they poll at 45% compared to Trump, the market will start pricing in that possibility where if either of them are elected, they are both pro-legalization. And the fact that a lot of these USMJ names are still traded on the CSE, very thinly traded, and if any volume, if any FOMO volume comes in, these names, as we know, will run hard. Question is, can reality give us any reason for FOMO to come back? Stay tuned through the summer into the fall as we continue to get data from polling results, from, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Primary results. That's it. See you soon.